from the bottom. From the bottom. You know we go.
Man.
281330084. Wait,
You already messing up. Man, hey, thank y'all. Happy New Year.
Happy New
Even
Year.
though y'all probably, it ain't the first of the year once you get it, but still the early beginnings of the year once you get it, if that makes sense.
Ain't nobody wake up yet.
Oh, man.
Wake up, folks.
Yeah, we got great things in store for y'all this year.
Yeah.
We closing in on a year of doing this podcasting thing, and we learned a couple of things.
A couple of things, you heard me.
But this episode right here, this is not like an episode we done before.
No, it's serious. It's serious. We about to have a serious face right now.
Listen, we got a call in with a question that we had to do research for.
Yeah.
We got it from Andrew. You know, thanks for the call. But you want to just get straight to it? What you want to do?
Man, get straight to it like we got an appointment, you know. Just get done.
All right.
Yeah, let's go.
We're going to hop right into it.
We're
going to play the voicemail twice during the episode, just in case you get further down in the episode and you forget what the question was.
Yeah.
But we're going to play it for y'all right now.
Hey, man, I'm talking to Jim. Andrew here. I just want to continue on what I was talking about earlier. Not a deep, trippy conversation about existence, but does Black Lives Matter really care about Black lives? And, you know, I'm probably going to get flack for this because I'm a white guy, but I got to think about this and just logically here. You know, when did it really matter? Is it because of police shootings? That matters, sure. But what about the black and black crime? I'm not using it as a cop-out to ignore another issue, but why not address a major symptom? Why not address the 75%, 75% fatherless rate in the community? That's crazy. Okay? That could be a couple things. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about state welfare getting out of control. You know, moms having to pull the weight of both mom and dad. Multiple siblings in one small space. Low income. Low education expectations. High incarceration rate. The fact that at 17 to 36 years of age, or 17 to 26, can't really get the stats right, that you're more likely to get shot by someone of your own color, of your own peer status, than by a police officer. Multiple times. It's like 2,000%. Correct me if I'm wrong. If the white community had the same statistical factors and same information, I guarantee we'd be pounding down the doors of Congress to do something about, or local law enforcement, do something about this horrible crime going in our community. These drug dealers in our community. Help us push them out. Help us clean this up, this area. Not let's disarm the cops. Not let's get them out of our communities. Not let's ignore the fact that we allow drug dealing in our communities. Let's talk jobs. Let's talk progress. Let's talk all these beneficial things that have happened in the past can happen again. Why is it in the 1950s you had more black businesses, higher income in some areas of the country, like Detroit, had higher income per average black families than white families? Why did that change? What happened? Let's talk about that. Let's take out emotion. Let's look at facts. I would love to be on your show sometime. If not, let's continue our dialogue on the side. But I really think we need to talk about these things to find a solution. Thanks for your time. Andrew, out.
Well, I guess we have to dive into this. So I tried to take a couple of questions out of that question because it was a long question. So the first one was, Does Black Lives Matter really care about Black lives? What you think? Now that you start though.
Well, Black lives do care about Black lives. When you don't have any resources, what do? When there's people who can give you resources, what do? They don't come through with the resources. So when they don't come with the resources, it's kind of like you have to go out and scrape for the resources, especially when you have a family. So when you're in urban neighborhoods, I ain't gonna say the hood because I don't even consider that to be the hood, for the simple fact it's home for me. But when you go back to these places, a lot of people don't have anything. There isn't any jobs locally for people to be able to provide for the family. They don't. So that forces a lot of people in a lot of urban neighborhoods to go out and sell drugs. But you got to think about it. It's not those neighborhoods that produces the drugs. It's coming from somewhere far, and they're given to probably the black cats that's in the neighborhood, because those are the ones who they don't have any money to eat, right? Yeah. So with that being said, they got to go scrape for it, like I said. So now that they're doing that, they scraping for it. And yeah, honestly, what they're doing is they are dumping out into the community. But at the same time, they're providing for their family. Now, you didn't give us any resources. They are providing for their family, even if it's in the worst way. Not meaning that I'm condoning any of this. So to answer the question, does Black Lives matter? Black lives do matter. But at some point, when you're constantly being battered and shattered, what to do?
Yeah, you got a point right there.
You know, it's kind of like what how can you blame something on a group where it was your people who oppressed us, who basically brought us over here to do for you and not even being paid our respiration.
You mean not being on the same playing field as everybody else.
Not being on the playing God, I'll say that. Because slaves were to look at their masters as God. But does Black Lives matter? Black lives matter. Indian lives matter. White lives matter. However you want to put it, man. All lives matter. We honestly, black people are treated a whole different way. And it was said to me by a white guy, a coworker, that I'm intimidated by your race of people. He said it's just this firm, how did he say? He said it was this firm, masculine type look that we give off, as if we're ready to take over something at any moment. But that's not us. We can't help. I'm saying black people can't help if we have this certain look in us. We can't help if certain races adapt to us, because honestly, if you think about it, there's just about all cultures that can adapt to black people. Like straight up go ahead and adapt to you. And for us, it's the same way. We can adapt to anybody. Anybody can adapt to us.
Well, yeah, you got a point. What my answer for that question is, I think Black Lives Matter do care about black lives. I mean, that's what they want right now, is for when you get killed. What do you want? You just want fair justice like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but are they in the hood? People, listen, when people get killed in the hood, everybody in the hood is not bad.
Just so y'all know.
They not going to telegraph people standing up for somebody getting killed in the hood, because that don't sell, that don't bring in views.
Yep.
So Black Lives Matter can be in the hood trying to stop killing, but you won't hear about it because won't nobody tune into that stuff. But if you put Black Lives Matter having a rally, having a riot, going against police officers, now that's when everybody from around the world start tuning in. But like a 16-year-old get killed in the hood and Black Lives Matter go in there to talk about put the gun down, ain't nobody gonna tune into that.
No.
And the news is only here for ratings. Whatever story is hot, that's what they going for.
That's what they go for.
So I believe Black Lives Matter do care about Black lives, but it won't be televised the same as a police shooting and Black Lives Matter trying to stand up for Black lives.
It's, you know what, man, it's amazing, honestly, how watching the news, I don't know if it's just all the times that I've come across seeing like murder scenes on the news, but I've seen where there was plenty incidents where they actually showed the body of the person. It was a black person now. Honestly. I've never seen a white dead person who was shot, like put on TV. Even it happens in America with all stories. But I've never seen, like, you know how they just may be a police, say if it's a police shooting.
Oh, you mean when they show the body from a distance?
No, man, they had people close, man, they had some close-ups where you can damn near identify the body. Like, they had somewhere.
Showed that close?
They showed it where you can get a good view of the body, be like, yo, is that? Wait a minute. You know, like that. And I haven't seen any other race unless it was from another country where they showing all these dead bodies. And it's just, honest, man, it's just a disrespect that black people have to go through. How we have to constantly be told, why do you feel that your life matters? This is something that we've been fighting for so long. To let our opinion be heard and our voice be heard. That's what our ancestors been through with all this, man. I mean, our ancestors went through hell and back just to please master. And this is the funny part. Wait, before I even say anything, which question 2? Because I don't want to answer another question, and we got the question. So what's question 2?
Question 2 is, when did Black lives really matter? Was it since the police shooting? So your answer gonna go into that question?
Well, I just go to the other question. Well, no. It wasn't gonna go to that question, so I ain't gonna go to that question. I'm gonna go to this one. I'm gonna hold off on that.
Is this one the first one or the second one?
This is gonna be the second.
Or this one, that one.
Well, it was that one, this one that was a down the line of that one.
Well, that one should have been this one then.
Well, this one couldn't be that one because, well, I guess we can move it on up. Let me see the paper. It was it's in object in the community. What happens? With the welfare. Okay, I'm gonna take it to the welfare.
Wait, you skipping question?
Oh, you want to go in? We can go in order.
Yeah, go on.
We can go in order. That's what I was just saying.
I'm trying to have him in order the way he asked that question.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, when did Black lives really matter? Is it since the police shooting? No.
Nope.
Because it's not since the police shootings, because we've always had a voice. but it was never televised. I mean,
No, it was televised.
How much of it was televised? Meaning that, you know, besides it being from since the police shootings, I'm saying we were always doing something, but a lot of it wasn't being. It may be little of this or little of that, just to make it seem as if, oh well, they are doing this and doing that.
I think it really kicked in once we got cameras.
Yeah,
because stuff that happened behind closed doors, you would not know if it wasn't on camera.
I would say cameras.
So now, like, you see the stuff on camera, and now it's like they still get off.
Yeah. Oh, yep.
But then the thing is, if a black person kill a black person, you get like 30, 40 years off top. A police officer make a mistake and kill a black person because of unnecessary force or wrong judgment or something like that, because he was quick to just pull the trigger. He don't get time to go with what he did. His accident is paid time off.
Paid time off to go through the mental stage in which he's about to from which he experienced from shooting that person.
Paid time off, and then his case get thrown out.
That's it. It's another accident.
But then if you black like me, I can't accidentally kill somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I do, well, especially not with a gun, I'm gonna get some type of time.
Yeah, you're gonna get it's. Think about it, man. Times hasn't changed when it comes to racism, because back in the day, a white man can do so much. Because think about it, the KKK was your dentist, your judge, the lawyer.
Well, that's a game.
It's a game,
almost like a terrorist organization.
I'm pretty sure
it's been around since the beginning.
It's been around since the beginning, man. Everybody who I'm thinking, man, these people with all them.
Black lives always matter. The thing is, since I'm black, is my life not the same as yours? You think I don't want to live and see my kids be raised up?
Exactly.
Ain't that what Martin was doing back in the day? He just wanted equal. He had a dream.
Yep.
I had a dream last night.
I had a dream. What his dream?
Or like Malcolm, Farrakhan, Marcus Garvey, like everybody who was just want to be treated equal.
Mm-hmm. And that's it.
So the thing is what make a person think their life is more important than my life? Money don't mean nothing when it comes to a life.
No.
You could be a trillionaire. That don't mean your life more than mine.
No, because you can die just like I can die.
Everybody got that time. That time is coming for everybody.
Man. But PC people,
I never heard you can't take millions to heaven. So
if you can, boy, you know how many
people still be greedy.
Gold digger, man. Shoot. You know what? The only thing, man, with Martin, Marcus Garvey, man, Malcolm, what they wanted was to show black people that their worth is much more than what these people make it seem. Because I'm pretty sure there were, think about slavery. They made us feel, our ancestors feel so like beneath animals. Soil, bruh. Beneath dirt.
Like animals.
Yeah, like animals. And at one point, slavery was deep rooted in the South. And they were so comfortable with that. They're like, okay. And if you go down South right now, the average person down South wouldn't, if they were still living in a shack where they had a, what do you call that? What do you call when the bathroom is outside?
Porta potty?
when you on the, I know that, not
Oh,
a
you mean
porta
when you
potty.
back in the country?
When you back in the country.
Oh, outhouse.
Outhouse. There's some people, ain't nothing wrong with that. But there's some people that's like, I don't want to transition. This is what I'm used to. I would rather live under these conditions. Like it was in slavery. I would rather live under these conditions versus fighting for trying to be free. Take it back to the...
But then you have to think, though. If you did fight to be free, what happened?
You'll end up dying.
You get killed.
You get killed. But think about it. It was to the point where it was so penetrated in slaves, and they were so much fear was put into them that they were fine with being underneath master and being that field nigga.
Well, that was all they knew, though.
Man, you think about it, bro. I don't know if it's me or if it's constantly being told the same thing, to whereas it becomes in your mind. And you just like, well, this is what I got to do. I can't find myself just saying that, well, this is all I want to do for the rest of my life is just serve this man until I die.
Well, I don't think that wasn't their choice, though. But then back then, I mean, it's easy to say that now, but back then, it was different.
It was different because there was less people.
I don't think they knew what freedom was, but they probably didn't know what freedom was. So I'm pretty sure
there was some of them.
They did slavery. They still wanted to be free.
They wanted to be free, but how would you change that? At some you would want to have to change, man, because it would drive me more insane to do something that I dislike for the rest of my life. To sugarcoat just to get by. And think about all the pain and the hurt that they had to go through. Like the husband seeing his wife being raped by the master's son. And in our ancestors that they have to raise that child. All that pain and that hurt for so many years, being taken from this family and gotta go here, being taken from this family and gotta go here.
Well, let me ask you this. Slavery back in New Orleans, back in the day, where would you have gone?
Try to go as far as north possible.
As far north.
As
on
far
your
as
feet. Through how many states would you have to go through?
Hey, however many more
without
gotta
you
go
getting
through.
spotted.
Hey, Harriet
now,
Tubman.
What about your family? Are you gonna leave them and you gonna go? Or are you gonna try to take them? See, you had to think about all that back then.
You had to
and
think
then
about
some
all
people
that.
You could not take. Like you can't just take kids because ain't no telling what you're gonna experience while you're out there. You can't take your wife because, like, what if she was weak and fragile?
And
you know. So now you thinking, do I go try to find freedom for myself? Do I want to find freedom for everybody here with me, my family here? So then that's why a lot of people couldn't leave.
That's why a lot of people couldn't leave, which is true. But then all of a sudden you have to think about Harriet Tubman. That was just a woman.
I mean, yeah, but that was like one in how many though?
Man, what you mean? Oh, between.
I mean, how many Harriet Tubman is it out there that you heard about doing that?
It could, you know what? It could have been more that we didn't even know about.
Yeah,
it could have been. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that was.
I mean, she wasn't the only one who got away.
No, there was, but she helped, man. She helped so many people. That's what I mean, man. If we had more people like, I guess it's just some people. Having her spirit is the spirit that I would have had to make it out.
But then, okay, look at it like this, though.
Okay, throw a wrench in there.
Harriet Tubman back in the day, helping people out.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody didn't listen to Harriet Tubman. She only got the ones out that wanted to get out and listen to her. Now, think about today's time.
It's the same thing.
People who like stay in the hood. You could tell them, hey, man, won't you come experience this? It's a better way, all this, but they be in their mind frame, be like, this is all I know. And you be like, you could be doing better than this, but they not going to follow you. You can take a horse
to
the water, but you can't make him sip the tea.
No, son said sip the
tea.
I mean, you got tea
drink the water.
Son said sip the tea. Oh, this is some tea bags in that
horse.
So, oh man, some sugar cubes. That was my point I was making earlier, man. When something been driven in your head for so long, they constantly beating you. So it was like, that's all they knew. But it's just like now, when something is constantly being driven in you, whether it's like hate, if it's at some point you're going to just experience it because it's in you, constantly being taught that. To hate somebody, oh, that person's black, hate them. They don't know how to do this, hate them. And that's how kids have been taught.
Well, yeah, it started, it goes down generation to generation.
It goes down for generation. Man, think about all the generations. Man, think about
I heard this story. This guy said he was going to a gas station, black guy.
Mm-hmm.
He seen this white older couple coming out. The wife fell, started having a heart attack. And that's an older white couple.
Mm-hmm.
The white guy told the black guy, "Don't you dare touch my wife." And he was trying to help her.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy went in the store. So the black guy, did what any person with sense would do. He started helping the lady.
Mm-hmm.
The white guy came out, said, "Didn't I tell you don't touch my wife?" He said, "Well, if I ain't touch her, she'll die." Like, well, she's gonna have to die then. What can make you hate a person so much that you don't know just off the color of their skin?
Like I said, man, hate is a strong, penetrating drug. It's a strong feeling and emotion that people experience. It's like a adrenaline rush. 'Cause when they in it, they don't feel nothing. Think about it, when they don't care who they talking about. Don't touch my wife, you nigger. I don't care if she's about to die. You're not gonna put your nigger market lips on her. You'd be like, wow. So after I save your wife, if she was to subconsciously hear you, what would you think she'd tell you right now? So you mean to tell, I'm pretty sure with her being unconscious but conscious, and if she could hear, say she's in a coma and she heard her husband say, "I don't care if she's about to die, I don't want you to touch her, you nigga." So I'm pretty sure she would have been like, "I almost lost my life."
But sometimes it just takes a conversation.
Sometimes it does.
Because people don't know like what you go through. Mm-hmm. Then they start categorizing everybody the same.
Yeah.
Like they got robbed by one black person. Now everybody robbed.
Yeah. Walking down the street, got to pull their purses. It'd be like, wait a minute.
But then you got to think, how many positive images is it on TV?
See, that's the thing though.
Every time you hear about it, it's like black person getting in trouble.
Black person getting shot, black person shooting. My mom and my dad always told me, don't always go for what you hear on TV or the internet. Because just like there's one news station, there's multiple news stations. And if you look at every one of them, they all have different information. So how do you know which one is right? So how do you know what's right? So how you gonna go by that? You can't paint a picture by what you hear going around. You can't paint a picture about that. Oh, all black people are thieves, or all black people don't have jobs, or all black people broke, all black people on food stamps. That's not true. Because let me tell you something. If I know somebody over next door to me or in my apartment complex like need help, what? And I know there's more people that may need help. Why do I need to go up to the food stamp to go try to apply for food stamps and try to beat the system, knowing that somebody can actually use that?
Well, that's a whole different thing. A lot of people beat the system.
A lot.
And that just ain't black people either.
Oh,
but
no.
They just,
No.
a lot of people say it is, but they
Oh, no. And that's true. They always say that. But there was a white chick. She was like, they literally interviewed her. I think she had like maybe 4 or 5 kids, maybe 6. She didn't work. Her tax return check was fat. She was on food stamps getting, I think maybe, how much was it? She was getting a good chunk of change for having them kids, and she was proud to say that she was on welfare.
She was that happy?
She was like, and guess what? She said, well, long as y'all keep paying me, I'm gonna just keep spitting these kids on.
Man,
that's and I don't know, man. But to go back, Black Lives.
But just like on World Star, unemployed mother 17 demanding somebody pay her bill. You heard? Unemployed mother of 17 demanded somebody pay her bill. Now, has she been beating the system?
Whoever her next boyfriend, you need to slap him 10 times. Matter of fact, you need to slap him for 20 times. Dude. She's 17 years old?
No. Unemployed mother of 17 kids.
Wait.
Demanded someone pay her bills.
She demands?
No, why she not going to that? Man, that's a lot of child support checks. I put it like that.
Dude.
She gotta be fertile. She like a fish.
Man, you just gotta have a
like
date
a
with
rabbit. She like a rabbit.
You gotta plan a date. Oh, I'm pregnant. We ain't even going
just like of Don't Be a Menace to Society. Just in the hood. Like, I'm pregnant. How you know? I got 17 kids.
My dad.
He'd be like, but I just touched your arm. That's all it take, baby.
That's all it take. And that's a shame, man. But with that, that's a damn shame. That's a damn 17, and you demanding, baby. You should have stopped at 4 or 5. 4. If you not sure, 4. Why are you having 5 or 6 kids, man? And you demanding.
She was trying to break a streak.
She was trying to break a streak. I think she's trying to be on Guinness. Set them records.
But shoot, with that question, we're gonna hop into the question of 75% fatherless rate in the black community.
So what is it?
I gotta tell you now, out of all the black people I know, all of them in their kids' lives. And I think they need to redo the statistics on that.
I think they do. Even with some guys stepping in as being a stepfather, they're still a father in the home. And I don't know if they count that because when it comes to that, man, not all black men are out the home. Not all black men are trying to repopulate everything. Even though that's what our ancestors were brought over here to do, to repopulate.
But I seen this on the Huffington Post. Yeah, your boys did some research.
Huffington.
It says most black fathers live with their children. There are about 2.5 million who live with their children, 1.7 who don't. Black dads who live with their children are actually the most involved fathers of all, on average.
On average. So you mean to tell me that there's other races that are in the home with the father, with the kids, but not active with the kids?
They're not.
But remember, we raise killers, and what they said, right? Or we're not ever at the home, or we always on child support. Nah, it's not really true. There may be a percentage. I'm not saying that there isn't. But
I just think they need to redo them statistics.
I think they do, man. They do, man, because dude, in every city there is a rundown neighborhood. And even in those rundown neighborhoods, there may be a high percentage of fathers in home versus the suburbs.
Everybody hates Chris.
Like everybody hates Chris. They
Fresh
just,
Prince.
man, they just don't know how hard
Family
it is.
Matters.
Most
of all black shows had black fathers. The Cosby Show.
The Cosby Show.
Hang with Mr. Cooper.
Hanging with.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that wasn't his child.
That wasn't his child, but he was a good role model, though. I like, A Different World was a spinoff.
A Different World was a college show.
I know it was a spinoff of the Cosbys.
Yeah.
But then there was also positive role models in that. Like we were saying, on television there is no positive role models. They're not showing positive role models like they were. Blackish, I get that show that. They got Empire out. And I'm not knocking Empire because it is just entertainment. But when are we going to get, they might be out, but I don't be on Netflix like that. I don't know.
What?
But I know there's not a whole lot that's on TV that's being shown. Because kids watch TV all day, every day. And there's more reality shows than anything. Like, for real, there's more reality shows than anything. And on a lot of these reality shows, especially like Real Housewives, man, they be doing all that fighting, all this back and forth.
Because that's what sells.
It sells. That's just ratings. Where is the positivity that we got going to show the black image? To show that, man, black people don't act like that. Not all black people act like that. Not all black people act as crabs, or not all black people act as if they don't have common sense or home training. It's the black people that will sit up there and tell you need to whoop your child ass. Those are the ones that raise the kids to grow up to college. I'm saying who have and they don't even have to necessarily go to college, but just to be positive men in the community in the community and just running like the guy at the gym, the old head at the boxing ring, or somebody that you go to and talk to that's on the positive notes. You heard me? We still have those, but I guess those don't count. You heard me? Because I guess it's not making headlines. Because there are schools that are in these neighborhoods that are successful and that are and that does well, even with the resources that they are maximized to, and that may not be much.
Well, some things that hit too is when you grow up in a certain neighborhood, you can get in trouble when you're young, get a mark on your record.
Yeah.
Therefore, making it hard for you to get a job.
Yeah.
Therefore, making you have to try to get money other different ways. Therefore, leaving you in some sticky situations where you probably will get sent away to do time. Leaving the family at home with the mother by herself.
Mm-hmm. Which will make the home a fatherless home.
Because sometimes it's just not that easy to get a job.
No, it's not, man. When being in another race is not as honestly, Andrew, I'll say this. It's not as easy, depending on from where you come from and race. Even if you were to get an academic scholarship, even with the high school that you may go to, when there's a lot of high school in certain neighborhoods that don't have many resources. I mean, you have to think about places like Mississippi, places that are outside of New Orleans, like literally the country. I'm saying there's places that don't have the resources that Seattle would or Houston would have. They may not have it, so therefore it limits people to opportunity. Like I was watching a documentary on a high school player, probably one of the best in the state. After he graduated, ended up working at Burger King.
After he graduated? So he didn't go to college?
He tried to go to college, couldn't afford it. The thing is, in high school...
So he didn't have a scholarship?
He had a scholarship. He just couldn't continue to pay. I think he got hurt. He ended up getting hurt playing football. So once he got hurt, that scholarship was nowhere no more. But at the same time, when it comes to schooling, why is it that we have to pay so much? And how much of the things we learn, depending on our career we choose.
Well, that's a different topic for another.
Man, that's a different topic, but still. Oh, you're going to jot that down? Yeah, it's all right. Let me jot that down. But nah, man, depending on where you at, man, resources are limited. You know, like computers or having a library or things that you need to do. And some people, man, people are not fortunate to go far out to have this. Because there's places where minimum wage is probably $6, $7. Whereas up here, man, it's almost $12. So what I'm saying it's hard.
Well, you got Andrew. The thing with I don't even know if he listened, but I'm just going with the question.
Go with the question.
They really do need to do statistics again for fatherless rate, because a lot of fathers are in their kids' lives. Now, don't get me wrong, it is some that's not in their kids' lives, but the majority of the people that I know are in their kids' lives. They're black guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard when people just paint a picture of you off the color of your skin.
Yeah.
You know, I can't lie. I mean, even now, like, people be like, oh my goodness, this girl that's not black, another race, had a baby by a black guy. Uh-oh, I mean, that means she's going to be raising by herself.
Mm-hmm. Or when people, this was used to kill me. I ain't going to even lie to you. It'd be old heads. They're coming, like, they only see me in Walgreens. So they'd be like, hey, man, how you doing? I'd be like, I'm good, man. How you doing? They'd be like, oh, man, I'm cool, man. You know, I'm chilling. Be like, yeah, staying out of trouble. Be like, what? I just found a lot of people saying, staying out of trouble, huh? You ain't running them streets.
Well, staying out of trouble, that's been around forever.
No, because a lot of...
I used to get asked that a lot.
No. It used to be the questions that they ask. Like,
you never had no old heads in the hood asking you that?
No, it'd be like, what you do with yourself? Or it'd be basically asking me questions on what do I do when I'm not working? Like, am I being constructive? Am I keeping myself from being in the streets, constantly running and staying out of trouble on a criminal level? Do you go to school? why you ain't in school? So as I'm like, yeah, you know, I ain't in school no more. Well, I think you should be in school because you don't want to be out in them streets. You know, stuff like that. Be like, wait, hold on, player. Just because I ain't in school.
So you saying that how they was already asked you staying out of trouble like you getting in trouble. Yeah.
Like I'm on, like, hold on now, player. Don't judge me. Thinking that, man, I had somebody in my own race judge me because I was they only saw me at Walgreens and I had dreads. I'm like, oh Lord. It made no sense.
Well, when you say they judged you, what did they do?
No,
so
ain't
another
what they
black
do.
person
It was
judged
another
you.
black man. This lady told me, she said, well, besides working at Walgreens, what you do with yourself? Shouldn't you be in school or something? She never asked me if I went to school. She never said, well, I know I always see you up at, Walgreens, Jerry. Is there anything else you have going on? Are you in school or anything? Versus saying, you gotta be in school or something. Be like, hold on. I'm in school for criminal justice. And then when I said that, this lady she was on this lady here. And the lady was talking to me, telling me some things about the degree for criminal justice or whatnot. And I'm like, this woman really thought that I was a loser. I'm like,
so did you say something else to her?
I always kept my respect. I just like, no, well, I actually am in school and I do this. I design clothes and I do music. So, I don't know if it's because she thought that her kids were golden. But,
well, that happened there.
That happened a lot, the type be so holy that her daughter can't get pregnant before she graduates from school. It just be stuff like that, man. I'd be like, man, each is his own. But,
yeah.
All right. Nah, man.
We got to go on to the next one.
I don't know where we at. How the minutes looking?
We have 47.
We're at 47?
Yeah.
Damn.
But we a long way from finished, people. So if you're going to cut off the episode, you better well do it right now.
Nah.
Hold up. Wait a minute. We just had to take a quick break in between this episode to let y'all know that y'all can leave a voicemail for us if you want to come in on a show or, just talk to us and leave us a message. The number is 253-234-7149. Special shout out to our networks that we're on. Check them out. They got some awesome episodes and shows and DJs. X Squad affiliate, Stand Up, Fat Lulz Radio. You can also catch our show on iTunes. We're on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and your favorite podcast apps. Also, don't forget, if you got kids who watch YouTube videos, check out Dat Kids, D-A-T Kids, YouTube channel. And if you like to listen to some great music, check out my co-host, JR.504 SoundCloud page. Now back to our regular scheduled program. But the next one he had was, he said, state welfare. Mom's pulling weight of both mom and dad, low income, low education, and high incarceration. Well, the low income come from the low education.
Yep.
That lead to high incarceration. And just like I said earlier, it's like a revolving door.
Yep. Once your name is in the system, you screwed.
Yeah,
they catch up with you.
But with the state welfare, us blacks ain't the only people who are on welfare.
No.
I went and did some research, and the statistics show that whites are 38.3.
Oh, okay.
Blacks 39.8. Hispanics 15.7. Asian 2.4.
Wait.
And other 3.3.
So whites is like, wait, what's the whites?
38.8.
And what's the black?
39.8.
So they right like underneath us. And then, yep. And there's those.
But then you have to take into consideration how many whites are in the United States and how many blacks in the United States.
What is it?
I didn't do that much research, people. So you know, if
you
you're listening to this and you know it,
160 million more than blacks. Was that what it was? I know I seen it. Hold up. Yep. According to the most recent census data, there are nearly 160 million more white people in America than there are black people. So
I know this is so far from our regular episodes.
And this is from Wikipedia.
But this, like I said, it's hard that you have that revolving door.
Yeah.
And when you grow up in the hood, you do not get all the amenities as somebody in the suburbs.
Yep.
The low education is because they not putting a lot of money into a school in a bad neighborhood. You don't have all the classes and all the resources as somebody in a rich neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to a school in the hood, they barely surviving. Go to a school in the suburbs, like a dang college campus.
Dude, to this day, I'm still tripping that my high school didn't even have stall doors in the bathrooms. Not even soap in the bathrooms. I don't even remember paper towels in the bathroom. And these were schools that were actually academically up there. Nice schools, but still lacking simple essentials in which they need. So I'm saying, that lets you know something right there.
So do you think your education would have been different if you went to another school?
It would have been highly different, but it depends on what it is. Because I know there's a lot of schools that, upscale schools who have the resources. Depending on the subjects they will teach you real history. Like, when it comes to real black history or real history, they don't teach you real history. It be that blatant nonsense, that blame bullshit. That's what I hate. Excuse me, y'all, but that's what I'm like. They don't teach actual history when they do teach. But at the same time, when they teach essential, the basic things like math or language, it is different. But at the same time, it may be difficult. Well, I don't know if it's becoming with age and times, like with this whole Common Core crap that they got for the kids. How I'm like, yo, it's simple math.
Difficult.
It's so difficult. When you got two at the top, you put the plus sign, the 4 at the bottom, then you underline that and you write 6. Now they want the Common Core and doing all the other stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute. At these schools, this is how it is. I'm not mad because it gives the kids different ways to think about one problem. You know, one problem. So you give them different ways, and I can understand that. And you know, even with the reading.
So do you feel everybody got an equal playing field for education?
No.
Like, this is not college.
No.
This is regular school.
No, they don't. Because
all public schools, you say, are different.
All public schools? It
public
depends.
School in Bellevue compared to a public school in New Orleans.
Oh. Hell yeah, they different. Bruh. A public school, it's different itself by just around the community. I mean, the trash around the school, you wouldn't really find trash around the school because they get it done. And that's just the simple things. But if you want to go in, having backup paper or pencils, highlighters, having teachers on call. They have more because they have the money for it. Whereas in other places they don't. So what could they do? They can only survive and do what they can. And the thing is, what I like about how I grew up is that we made it work. And that's honestly, man, that's the thing, bro. Coming from the hood, you make it work no matter what. So once you make it out the hood,
you can make it in the hood. You can really make it anywhere.
Man, yeah,
if you come from the bottom,
you know
it's nothing to you eating bologna and crackers.
No, man. When it's the middle of the month and you know you gotta save just about damn near the rest of your check so it can hold you through with gas, food, your normal stuff you need around the house, man. Hey, bologna sandwiches, hash browns and chips for breakfast. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
You got that right.
And versus coming up constantly eating croissants, eggs, and bacon with orange juice, milk, and tea.
God, you get me hungry.
Man, I'm just saying, I'm having the chef there, and then all of a sudden your parent get laid off, and now you have to go to bologna sandwiches, and you don't know what to do. Now you sick, and now you want to be depressed. Nope. Honestly, living up in these urban areas, you don't have time to be depressed, because the longer you're depressed, the longer you have to see, especially if you have a family, the longer you have to see your family suffer through your depression. And you don't want that. And then you be like, my family gotta eat. And that's when it comes to somebody getting robbed because their family not eating and nobody want to hire them. There's no labor unions where they can go to a temp service. So how can it do that? Somebody don't want to hire him because they said he doesn't have a car, or that he has dreads, or it's always some excuse. There's places that would hire you now, but it's all the lip that they give you when they hire you. They talk to you stupid. They don't know how to talk to you. So these are the things that we have to put up with when it's all odds against us, but still we come up from nothing and make it work. Yeah, that's the credit we don't get. That's what we don't get.
Ooh, he was hot on that one.
That's him up. Y'all
man,
we black people don't get credit, man. When they want to talk about the Oscars, they say Halle Berry had the was it an Oscar or Grammy that she got?
Dude, should people really care about awards though?
You know what?
That don't justify how good you are,
and it don't, and it does not. For the simple, that goes like with music. Just because I ain't win no award for a song, don't mean that my song was better than this song. And that's true.
What you think about moms pulling the weight of the mom and dad? I mean, I got to shout out to my mama. She did it.
Yeah,
she held it down. She made sure I didn't go without a meal.
You know what? There's a lot of mothers that do that. And to be honest with you, man, it's in our DNA to make it through. And I say that because
you just can't lay down once something happens.
Yeah.
Like you gotta lace up your boots and go to, do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm. Like it's honestly, son, a lot of this, what we talking about, reflects back to slavery. The mother had the father, or they'll take two young kids, a boy and a girl. When the boy is nice and strong, and when the girl is up in her prime, or however they want to put it, they mate. She has 2 or 3 kids by him, and then all of a sudden another slave owner comes by and say, I need him, or he needs her. He needs her or one of the kids. One of the kids gotta go. Not a guy, he's here with another woman, or another woman in the camp. Now, what happens? He mates with her, they get them to mate, or they end up mating. Now, somebody comes and they takes him.
Well, they used to, for slavery, they wanted the strong people.
They wanted the
strongest.
strongest.
The NFL combine was something like what the slavery went through. You want the biggest, the fastest, the strongest.
Yeah.
Therefore, you had them mate. Therefore, on the baby, you're gonna have a strong baby going off the dad.
Yeah.
That's what they used to do back then.
They used to sell the babies. And another thing, they used to sell the babies. Separate. And think about it, man, when it's been like that, like I said, learned behavior. When something goes on for so long, and when you're not put in position or even helped out to make it to whereas you can keep that from happening, it's hard to do when all odds are against you. Because think about it, was one guy who was paying child support, and they told him he was paying too much.
Yeah, you're right.
How do you pay too much child support when you supposed? Exactly my point. The moment we get ahead, we have to go 30 steps back. You telling us you want us to do something, and we do exactly what you say. The moment we do that, you're upset. Now you making up some BS.
Smart call.
But what you think?
Just in case y'all tuning in, I will play the questions again after we finish this topic.
Wait, did you answer it? Did you?
I am some of it. Hey, listen, you got hot like Kobe on that 81-point game. I didn't want to slow you down.
All right, I dig it.
Yeah, I just had to let you roll. You was hot on that one.
Yeah, man.
But we're going to play this question once again for anybody who's just now tuning in wondering, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
We had a call in that we had to address, and here it go.
Hey, man, I'm talking to Jim. Andrew here. I just want to continue on what I was talking about earlier. Not a deep, trippy conversation about existence, but does Black Lives Matter really care about Black lives? And, I'm probably going to get flack for this because I'm a white guy, but I got to think about this and just logically here. When did it really matter? Is it because of police shootings? That matters, sure. But what about the black and black crime? I'm not using it as a cop-out to ignore another issue, but why not address the major symptom? Why not address the 75%, 75% fatherless rate in the community? That's crazy. Okay? That could be a couple things. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about state welfare getting out of control. Moms having to pull the weight of both mom and dad. Multiple siblings in one small space. Low income. Low education expectations. High incarceration rate. The fact that at 17 to 36 years of age, or 17 to 26, can't really get the stats right, that you're more likely to get shot by someone of your own color, of your own peer status, than by a police officer. Multiple times. It's like 2,000%. Correct me if I'm wrong. If the white community had the same statistical factors and same information, I guarantee we'd be pounding down the doors of Congress to do something about, or local law enforcement, do something about this horrible crime going on in our community. These drug dealers in our community. Help us push them out. Help us clean this up, this area. Not let's disarm the cops. Not let's get them out of our communities. Not let's ignore the fact that we allow drug dealing in our communities. Let's talk jobs. Let's talk progress. Let's talk all these beneficial things that have happened in the past can happen again. Why is it in the 1950s you had more black businesses, higher income in some areas of the country, like Detroit, had higher income per average black families than white families? Why did that change? What happened? Let's talk about that. Let's take out emotion. Let's look at facts. I would love to be on your show sometime. If not, let's continue our dialogue on the side. But I really think we need to talk about these things to find a solution. Thanks for your time. Andrew, out.
Whew. Oh, man. Next topic right here.
Tense subject.
He did say if the white community was going through what we was going through, that they'll be banging on Congress, banging down the door to try to get something done. He said that we allow drug dealing in our community. I just have to clear that up. People who stay in the hood do not want drug dealers, robbers, or rapists staying next to them as neighbors. Nope. They need to stop that myth right now. I don't know if people know this, but black people want their kids to play outside like everybody else wants to let their kids play outside. I don't think they're trying to disarm police officers, but people been saying stuff to the Congress. People do want more police officers in the hoods. People do want to live a regular life, contrary to what everybody believe out there. The thing is that you live in the hood. So you just can't go around. Police officers go back to their house far away from the hood at night. So if you do tell on these drug dealers, you have to remember that if the police don't arrest these people on the spot, that these people are still your neighbors. Therefore, something could happen to you. Mm-hmm. So you just can't go around police protection is just for a shift. This is your life. So you just can't go around just pointing people out to police officers. Because police officers just can't protect you all the time. They not the Secret Service. And what you got to say? Man, I don't know. I'm just thinking I just hate that people have been banging at the door of Congress. Now, racism ain't what it used to be back in the day, but it's still alive and well.
Man, racism is so different to describe now.
I mean, I'm not black, I'm OJ.
I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay.
Yeah.
If white people was put in the same position,
I mean, it's hard for him to say what white people would be doing.
He can't.
You can't say that because you're not in the position to say that.
Think about it. If he can say that, do you think there would have been slavery? Because if white people were in perfect position to do for themselves, they wouldn't have went to Africa to steal people, convince people to come over here and work for them and they'll have something just so they can put them in bond.
Well, no, because slavery's still alive and well.
It's still alive, but think about it.
But I'm just saying, it's hard for him to say what white people would do.
Exactly.
They'll be banging down the door if they was in the black people position.
No.
But that's hard because they're just like saying, if we was in the Hispanic people position, this is what we'll do. What they talking about, ICE, deporting us. Like, we can't say what'll happen because we not in a position like that.
And that's true. Yeah, he can't really speak. Okay.
Probably another lifetime, probably another lifetime, everybody be reversed.
That'd be funny. Because I wouldn't want to be anything else. I'm sorry.
I'm saying, like majority everybody black.
Yeah, it'd be another.
Everything reversed.
Yeah. It'd be different. It would be completely different, man, because, okay, now we see this white guy outside just walking along. Me and my wife. She holds her purse. How would you feel? How would you feel? Or if there's a black guy that comes in the store, it's cold as I don't know what outside, he got a hoodie on. What the sweatshirt is designed to do. Seen a video. It's crazy. It was a white trooper. I think she was a trooper, state trooper, not a state trooper but she was in a mall. And it was a little girl. She was probably about 5'10". She wasn't a little girl. She was a big one. And maybe like 12 or 13. But I think she had a hoodie. I believe she had a hoodie on in the store. And the police officer wanted this girl to leave because she had a hoodie on it's a mall now. I'm like, so ma'am, there are stores all over the mall that is designed for when a person is cold, they can wear a sweater and a hoodie to put over their head so their head and ears won't be cold. And you mean to tell me that I'm not allowed to wear what I purchased?
So she had to leave the store?
The lady wanted her to leave the store. You got to get out. I think I ain't finished watching the video because it was just stupid. Man, it was just stupid, man. Just to see stuff like this is crazy. Now, do you think a white person would be able to handle that?
We don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Normally, for the average, I ain't gonna say the average, but when you hear, okay, who's more likely to commit suicide because they lost their job? White person or black person? Who's known? I'll say that. Who's known to commit suicide because they lost their job?
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't know. Because I normally hear that a white person just.
But like when you hear that they committed suicide because they lost their job, though.
Just over the years, off watching the news, I've been hearing such and such lost their job, so they committed suicide, or such.
Is this somebody important? I mean, I guess everybody's important, but it's just like a celebrity.
I'm saying it's over the years. It's people who's been making a good. They don't even have to be
killing himself when the stock market crashed.
Well, it's things like that of things where they're up here, but then they have to go all the way to the bottom, or even just they have to go back to normal or go to normal, and they don't know what that is, so they can themselves.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. I'm saying now, who's more likely to do that? I'm not saying that all white people and other races would do that, but I'm saying who's more prone to go through so much shit but still come out on top and give you a smile? I'm just saying, man. Hey, go to the South and you will see these, man. You will see people and you'll be like, yo, man, homie, cool, not knowing that he may get evicted, but he ain't got the worries on his face because he's like, fuck it, I guess I just have to make something happen. Shit, my car's still up and running. I got some heaters and sweaters. I'm just saying, man, that gotta make do. But I'm not saying that all people's like that, but it's in our DNA, honestly. It's just in our DNA to make do and get over that hump because of what our ancestors done or what our ancestors been through. It's been imputed in us to have that strength. That's even after my coworker had sat up there and told me the reason why you guys intimidate me just by your look, your vibe, just you. I'm like, well, you just let me know that I'm 100% gangster, and I'm not mad.
Well, no, I do know that segregation ended in 1954.
Yeah,
but that don't mean we still treated equal today.
No, man.
It's still strange to me how many people scared of you. Or like Chris, Detroit Chris, shout out to you. He said how people follow you around the store.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I think they about to guess. Yeah. Yep. I think I had that. Somebody followed me around the store the other day. You know what I do? I go around in circles.
Where you at?
What was that?
Put them on blast.
Where was I?
Oh, here we go. Sometime today.
I think I was in the South Center Mall. Yep. I forgot what store it was, but I was in the mall. And I was just walking around the circle. It was just to see if they were following me. Because that's how you can tell if somebody following you.
So you walk in the circle in the store, you walk around the mall?
No. It was once, I was in the South Center Mall, I forgot what store.
Well, I know what store you was in. You was in the Mac store.
The Mac store? No.
That makeup store.
The make store.
Oh, you by yourself?
They too expensive,
man.
Your girl. Go over there, man.
You with your girl?
No, by myself.
Oh, okay. You went in the Mac store. I hope you went.
And I think I had my hat on with a hoodie. I had my hat on backwards. Yeah, I forgot what store it was. But yeah, I walked around the circle.
I was in Victoria's Secret or Pink.
Wasn't no. Wait, did I go in Vicky? I did go, but it was so damn dark and packed. I'm just like,
probably candles and things.
Was it one of them candle stores? I can't remember. But I circled around the thing I circled around 2 times, so that must have made her think like, oh, he tested me. He's been in retail. Mm-hmm.
No way.
Good thing if you circle
were they following you?
They started to until they caught on to what I was doing. Because I went around some one time and they did one time slowly, and then I wanted to do it again, and then they stopped and pretending like they were going to help somebody else.
Stop there and act like they like, hey, what do you need?
Stop and ask them, excuse me, can I help you with anything?
Yeah,
I can get you some from in the back.
Yeah.
Be like, I work here. Be like, exactly. Shouldn't you be in the back helping me instead of following me? Oh man.
I don't know. It do take a toll on you.
Being black does take a toll on you.
Oh man,
I think we should get a pension,
reparation. But then, once you think about it, it's not enough reparation that would even help you.
It's not enough, man. It's not. Caused by all the blood, sweat, and tears, it's not enough. Even I ain't gonna lie though. Even though, honestly, our ancestors was gypped out of so much money.
But the thing is that even when you mix, you still considered black.
Yeah, and that's true. So and that's the thing though. You can't just say, and you know what? That's when I'm starting to look at that picture. I'm starting to look at that picture, more of a clearer picture. Because I'm like, well, the boys, y'all black and you're white. Even though the world, I just say, hey.
But if you out without, they out by themselves, you automatically carrot. You automatically black.
Yeah, characterized as black. Even though that's wrong, and you know what? There's mixed kids feel a certain way about that. Because they don't like to consider themselves as being black or white. You know what I'm saying? I'm mixed. I'm in between.
But I wonder, what do they put down on their application? Or when they fill something out, they ask for your race.
Put other. I say just put other. Because you put other. What you going to put for other?
You put black. You can't check both boxes.
I'm blight.
Well, I know like Kelly, he got his. Kills the Blaxican.
What is it? He makes a Mexican? Black Mexican, okay.
Y'all kind of smart. And then I heard somebody else say it again the other day.
Blaxican.
Blaxican.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That person is black.
But listen, if y'all got anything to say on this question, feel free to call in at our number.
253.
I forgot it.
234-71-49. Calling, you can hit that line and leave a voicemail of what's on your mind.
Wait a minute, 849?
I say 7149. You tripping?
7149. Okay.
I said 71 and 49. See what you're saying?
But this is the last question because we getting up there in time.
Yeah, and I'm falling asleep.
We appreciate y'all if y'all made it this far once again. We just gotta let you know.
We still on topic, just about the whole section.
Listen, we starting this year off with this episode.
This is a strong episode.
Yeah, it's different than what, us always cracking jokes and stuff. We cannot lie. We some highly educated guys. We just like to joke around and act dumb.
Yeah. You know what? I'm thinking about it while we on this episode.
Speak your mind. Don't waste no time.
What if Obama act like Trump?
Oh, he been out the office. No question that.
How long would it have taken him to be out of office?
Probably like within 6 months.
Think that long?
If that long.
So the comments that he made grabbed the private area. How much backlash you think he'd have got?
No. Yeah.
So if he would have, if there would have been a peaceful protest.
Yeah.
But then Black Lives Matter came and actually acted like the KKK did when they had that
in
dispute.
South Carolina.
Yep.
With the tiki torch.
Yep. What do you think would have happened?
Because people would have died that night.
People would have died that night. But since it's a different man in the White House, you know what I'm saying? Things being taken care of differently. Because they are still asking for Obama's birth certificate and all this other stuff.
No way.
Man, people, they still be talking about it. Obama's, I'll be listening to other podcasts or little radio stations, and they'll just mention it. Like, well, do you think Obama should still show his birth certificate? I'm like, dude, it's out of office. Are you still worried about this dude?
Yeah.
We should be worrying about this orangutan that we got up in front office, man. Dang, man, him and his little toupee be holding on.
Everybody be worried about irrelevant situations.
I think, you know what? Yeah, that's social media. Yeah.
But this is the last topic right here. What happened with the black businesses? That was one of his topics also. And Black Wall Street. We had some stuff going.
And pretty wealthy too.
And they, people came through. The U.S. government bombed one of their own cities.
Wait, so the U.S. government came in and bombed?
Well, yeah, they bombed it. Then no other country come in here and bomb it.
Now, was that considered terrorist? Or
you're right.
So would that be considered?
So
terrorist?
that was an act of terrorism on U.S. soil. So I don't know why they always saying every time something happened, this is the biggest act of terrorism. Like they forgot about Black Wall Street.
And there's always something. So I wonder what they. Well, no, that wasn't an attack, but I would say that was an attack on a pipeline, the Dakota pipeline. What they took those people through.
And for everybody who don't know what Black Wall Street was, it was the Greenwood section in Tulsa, Oklahoma, as one of the most prominent concentrations of African American businesses in the United States during the early 20th century. It was popularly known as America's Black Wall Street until the race riot in 1921, in which the Oklahoma state government, with assistance of Tulsa white residents, massacred hundreds of black residents and razed the neighborhood within hours. The riot was one of the most devastating massacres in the history of the U.S. race relations, destroying the once thriving Greenwood community. So, I mean, we had some businesses going, but the quicker we put them up, the quicker they went right back down.
The quicker they put up, the quicker they play. Once again, like I'll say, black people wasn't able to get their own inventions patented until 1863. Now imagine.
Wait a minute. 1863?
1863.
This is when they started letting black people patent their stuff?
Their own stuff. Now imagine from way before then, all of the inventions that were brought up to the slave owner. And they discredited the black people. Now think about it. One way to keep the man down, right? All of a sudden, you get something where it's just us. Why? If you don't want us in your town, right?
Right.
And we build something where we can only be in our town and profit from us, where should there be any conflict? That's what I want to know. It can. I mean this from. Ooh, excuse me.
What happened to him?
Man, that ice, boy. That ice good, boy. Just a little drink, sparkling ice. Excuse me, y'all. But
I don't be plugging them. They ain't paying us.
But that's funny. That makes me think about before slavery began, how we were perfectly fine where we were, right? And you were in your home. But you came on our soil to mess with us. Same thing with Wall Street, Black Wall Street. You mean to tell me that? See, and that's the thing, though. If you want to keep it segregated, you stay your ass over there. I stay my ass over here. There shouldn't be any discombobulation or nothing. So how is it that they were bombed? Was it the profit that they were having? Was it that black people weren't giving their money to them? Because
everything revolves around money.
Everything revolves around money. And they probably noticed how black people were dressing and living. Because this was one of the wealthiest, I want to say one of the wealthiest black communities.
Well, back then.
Well, yeah, back then.
Black Wall Street. So, I mean, there was a lot of money right there.
It was a lot of money. And so guess what?
You got to stop the money flow.
It's either you stop the money flow. Honestly, I think that they stole the money and then say that something caused it because they seen the revenue in it. So they had to say something happened.
Well, no, you had to say something happened in order to get in there and bomb and do what you had to do to stop Black Wall Street.
Yeah, I heard of I was reading actually a story that it was simply from a young man in the elevator with a young lady, and from however many floors they went down, She came out, or the young man ran.
Wait a minute, from Black Wall Street?
From in that area.
Do you think this would spark the whole thing?
This is what I read. Yeah, they say it popped off from a young lady.
I didn't even know they can ride the same elevator back then.
Man, yeah, and I think she was. I can't remember. It was like a year or two, but I don't know if it was in a white town. I'm pretty sure it had to have been in a kind of like a segregated town, maybe, or where they allow blacks to do do certain things, and it wasn't said what the young man told the young lady, but they went looking for him, and sure enough, they took Black Wall Street down. Now that's one of the stories I've read. If anybody has read, anything further or no more have been there or what,
about what happened,
let me know.
How they gonna let you know?
Well, just call 253-234-7149. There was a movie, man. There was a movie like that called Rosewood.
That's what it was about?
No. There was a movie. The same thing happened, but it wasn't an all black. It was it wasn't segregated. It was it was segregated.
So was Rosewood about Black Wall Street?
No. I'm saying was how they destroyed the whole town. There was this one time where black people integrated with the white people. Everybody was cool. Aunt Esther played in it and everything. Good times. She was a maid for this lady, and this lady husband would go to work, and from time to time she'd have this white guy come over there and bone her, right?
Yeah.
Now Esther has her granddaughter with her, and she heard the man whooping the mess out this woman, right? And she told her granddaughter, "Hey, don't you worry about that. They ain't got nothing to do with you. I don't see nothing. You heard me?" So the lady went out. She ran outside because the man had sex with her, and then he slapped her around because of whatever. Went outside and said that a black dude raped her. And when she said that, Esther was like, "Wow." So from that moment on, it went crazy. They even killed Esther because Esther, they came in front of her house. She was having a party. It was like a group of them with torches and shotguns, and they was coming up in there. "We know who did it. Your son did it." And she was like, "I raised all y'all since y'all was small, and half of y'all know that man was white as butter, or white as the white Jesus that y'all worshiping. Somebody shot her." I mean, they just straight up shot her, and she raised all these men just about in that group, and somebody shot her just because they said,
"Move out." I had to check that movie out.
Yeah, Rosewood, man, that's a deep movie, dog. And it was all said that it was a black man. Speculation that a black man raped a white woman, when really she just didn't want to admit that she was cheating on her husband. And at the end, the whole town was destroyed. The governor knew.
All of a lie.
The governor knew. You know what the governor said at the end? The governor, after they killed somebody, the governor said, "Well, I don't even know why we did all this."
What?
Because we all know she was fooling around anyway.
No way.
Because the husband was mad. The husband was raging. He was a little young cat. He was ready like, "We need to get this." And then, they got the racist mugs. And they like, "Oh, let's fire that noose." They in it. So, they got together, got the torches, man. And they hit the black family, man. They was running through the woods. They had kids, man, witnessing. Man, they had one ditch where they had like nothing but black people in that. That show was so sad, dog.
Well, yeah, don't ruin it for people, because that's just in case people want to go tune into it.
Rosewood and Don Cheadle on there. Him, and what's the one dude who played on not Funny Valentine, Baby Boy. The swole dude.
Rames.
He's on there.
Look at that, man. Man, this is our movie hour from the bottom.
Yo, that's
check out Rosewood.
It's a deep movie now. Yeah.
But we got to get ready to wrap this up. But we still got this one thing. He asked, what about Detroit? Like Detroit. And with Detroit, I tried to call my partner who from Detroit
to see what's up.
But we all know what happened to Detroit. The automobile industry left. When it was there, everything was smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Families having money, moving in nice neighborhoods, and all of a sudden, they took that away. So now crime coming in, because now you have to feed your family.
Yep.
And now crack coming in, tearing families further apart.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing that I think happened to Detroit. Now, I could be wrong, but I do know the automobile industry did play a big part in that.
Yeah.
And when they left, everything, the whole city went downhill. They went from, in the 1950s, 1.8 million to like 2014, like 600,000. Most of the city is in urban decay. Yeah. And I didn't make that up either, people. I did my research.
He did his research, and that's true.
But,
facts.
The automobile industry played a big part in that, in Detroit downfall. What you guys say?
I can see that being a major part in it, to be honest with you, man. Something like that's like in New Orleans. Say if downtown was destroyed, there wouldn't be a New Orleans, because downtown is where they make the money. You got the Superdome, you got the French Quarters, you got the Smoothie Arena. Man, it's so much downtown to whereas that's the landmark of New Orleans. When you think of New Orleans, the first thing you think of is Bourbon Street, the moneymaker. So once that's gone, you can imagine how it can affect the neighborhoods that's close by, or even in a quite far radius of New Orleans.
So what do you think can shut down in New Orleans that will shut everything down? Bourbon Street? Like if Bourbon Street bringing that much money, like the automobile, I don't know if it's like the automobile industry. I compare that to Bowen in Seattle.
Well, because if it's not Bourbon Street, let me see. Because Bourbon Street is a street where you can go drink all wherever, walk up and down the street. You can see boobies. You can basically do whatever you want. And honestly, there's a lot of strip clubs. There's a lot of places to get souvenirs. It's a tourist attraction, just bourbon alone. And that plays a big part. But at the same time, there is a lot of concerts that happen. Like you got the Superdome. But at the same time, when people get done with all of these concerts and going to here, they like to go to Bourbon and get them a drink and walk down because they know they're going to see something crazy, something weird, and something that they wouldn't normally see. So, yeah, Bourbon, it would take an impact. It would take a fall.
But not enough to shut the city down like Detroit, though.
I don't think enough to shut the city down. But if all of downtown was gone, oh, that's a wrap. You can forget that. If the French Quarters was down, New Orleans would be
trouble.
Yeah, it would be impacted major.
Dang. Well, man, I gotta say, thank y'all for tuning to the first episode 2018.
2018, buddy. 2018, buddy. Yeah.
This is something different. Once again, like we said, if you made it this far, we are extremely grateful that you rocked with us all the way to the end. And if you do feel like you want to add to this, to what we was talking about, you can call in at the number
2.
Yeah, he knows.
5.
That's why I have to wait.
3, 2, 3, 4, 7149.
And you can be played in next week's episode in response to this one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give y'all the inspirational quote and let JR do his thing and take us on out. Inspirational quote of the week. Oh wait, we didn't do the freestyle poetry this week because it was kind of like a serious episode right here.
Yeah.
But we're gonna bounce back to our regular scheduled program next week,
and we're gonna hit you with the funny.
And this week is only I can change my life. No one can do it for me. Y'all more powerful than y'all think y'all are out there,
man.
But yeah. I'm gonna let JR Dot go in.
The inner you, it's like the inner you has to be displayed.
Mm-hmm.
How they want to say that third eye?
Bars.
Gonna have to be that third eye.
Wait, what? The third eye?
Gonna have to be the third eye.
Not the third eye.
Not the third. Why is the third eye bad?
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Not the Illuminati eye. So I think I'm talking about the triangle with the eye, and I don't know. But we thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. This long road, but it's been a fun road. Many experiences, getting in contact with many different people. It's actually pretty fun and cool, and you never know we can prosper from it. And sure. I just commend, I commend us, commend Cal, us on this long journey. It's been fun, though, I'll tell you that, man. Got our gear. I got my sweatshirt. Oh, man, I've been rocking that thing.
You been rocking?
Yes, indeed, man. Think about rocking it tomorrow to work.
Do your thing, playboy.
Or just walk around the school in with it for like 5 minutes, then take it off. You're like too fresh, can't get dirty. But before I close out, you need to say something? You good?
No, I'm good. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. Father God, in the name of Jesus, I want to thank you. But as we come to this end for the first episode of the year 2018,
it's a long one.
It is a long one, but a good one. So hopefully,
it's our longest episode yet.
How long is it?
You don't want to know.
How long?
140.
It's 140? Damn, that is long. Yeah, because I'm getting snoozy over here like hell.
He's going to have to spend the night.
Oh, man. But yeah, y'all have a good night out there. We will holler at y'all later. And you know how it go. Cal and Jay, every day. God!
From the bottom